Welcome everyone to the Hurting Humanity channel. When you're going to announce to everyone, even though it's such a bizarre world that people make announcements online that they're getting married or that they're pregnant, narcissism, anyone? But if you were going to announce to your friends, your family, your quote-unquote fans in an idol-worshipping world that you were pregnant, is this how a normal person would go about it? Covering themselves in black goo? Well, the answer is no, but this is, of course, how a satanic witch would go about making that announcement. Because, if you haven't noticed, there's a repetition and a pattern going on here with black goo, and there has been for quite a while. Just most people don't see it because they need to see it in front of their faces all at once to say, okay, there's probably something to this. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you. And we're seeing the black goo more and more often because the black goo represents the transformation. They are literally transforming human beings' genetic codes by implanting nanotechnology, which of course is technology from the fallen angels, into human beings' bodies, transforming what it means to be a human being. And one could only pray for this child that is in the womb of Megyn Kelly or any of these celebrities because of the horrors that they're going to be put through once actually born. And Megan Fox, again, is somebody who is a self-admitted witch. We talk about the transformation. She's in a current movie that just got released, Subservience, where she plays artificial intelligence, demonically possessed AI that is murdering people, right? This is a common theme. These movies like Megan and Subservience, they keep coming out month after month after month about artificial intelligence being literally demon-possessed because it's fallen angel technology, and nobody's paying attention to it. Just like all the movies they've seen about aliens, there's a repetition and a pattern. All the movies they've seen about demonic possession, there's a repetition and a pattern. Because these movies are spell casting on you. There's more truth in the movies than there is on the news. So Megan Fox has already revealed that it is not of this earth. Megan Fox literally has already, look at all the connections here. Megan Fox has already admitted to being a witch, okay? Megan Fox, who's having this baby with Machine Gun Kelly, you know, just what you want to bring home to mom. Machine Gun Kelly here, this is your new variation of a man, 100 pounds, feminist man, right? Having a child with Machine Gun Kelly, who we've seen doing what in the past? Well, just taking blood baptisms, right? Which again is another common theme that we see with these demons. They're always being baptized in blood, even out in the open, and nobody pays attention to who they truly worship. And if you didn't know, Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox drink each other's blood, but it's only for ritual purposes. So don't be spooked out, anybody. It's just for ritual purposes. You know, satanic demonic rituals for satanic demonic demons, right? She even admits it out of her own mouth.
Actress's caption, "The proposal happened on Tuesday," and her message has some other interesting details too. After she said yes, Megan claims they, quote, drank each other's blood.
It's just a few drops, but yes, we do consume each other's blood for ritual purposes. It is used for a reason, and it is controlled where it's like, let's shed a few drops of blood and each drink it. He's willing to just like cut his chest open with broken glass and be like, take my soul. But yes, we do consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes only. For ritual purposes only.
So you have the black goo. You have Megan Fox admitting to being a witch. You have Megan Fox admitting to being involved in bloodletting rituals, literally drinking the blood of her husband. We've seen Megan Fox do what? We've seen Megan Fox do the all-seeing eye symbolism before. We've seen Megan Fox throwing up the devil horns. And what else have we seen Megan Fox doing? Well, we've seen Megan Fox in a film, which is called what? It's called Jennifer's Body. And what's the plot? When a demon takes possession of her, high school hottie Jennifer turns a hungry eye on guys who never stood a chance with her before. Literally eating the men from the school, literally devouring their flesh in order to survive. And why am I reading you that plot? Well, it has a lot to do with these demons who are masquerading around as actors, actresses, and politicians in our world. But it's also, I guess, a coincidence that in that film for Megan Fox to become demonically possessed, well, you'll see this scene I'll play for you right here, where you can see the X on the hand of Megan Fox, a common symbol in the occult, the Antichrist, and the transformation that's coming. You see the X, Stephen King. I've shown you all the pictures in the past. Madonna, they always wear an X. It's not because their favorite number is 10. And in fact, the X on the hand leads to what? Well, it leads to Megan Fox vomiting up black goo.
Boston Market, and
And that's a common theme, right? The black goo. I mean, I guess it's a coincidence that that's something that happens in a movie that Megan Fox is in. And of course, Machine Gun Kelly goes around with his tongue painted black. It's just an expression, right? He just had a black Jolly Rancher. I guess we're supposed to believe that his tongue is black. I guess it's all just a coincidence, right? When Megan Fox is literally, supposedly at least, having a child and decides that the photo that Megan Fox wants to use to announce it to the world is one where she's covered in black goo, right? I guess it was paying homage to the movie she's in. Just like, movies like Constantine, right? What's the plot of Constantine? Lucifer comes at the end of the movie in Constantine to get Constantine's soul. And he was covered in black goo, if you remember. We've seen even recently, I've covered hundreds of videos. Justin Timberlake, No Angels, the director's cut. Demonic, No Angels, right? They show you fallen angels in this club spewing black goo all over the place. Most recently, Kim Kardashian revealing itself as a reptilian. Doing what? Standing in a puddle of black goo. So there's clearly something going on here, right? I could continue. 2 weeks ago, Disease, Lady Gaga, tongue twister. Lady Gaga, what do we see? We see a pile of black goo coming out of a demon's mouth. And then we see Lady Gaga getting covered in that black goo. And what happens to Lady Gaga? Lady Gaga transforms into a demon and becomes demonically possessed. And this isn't the only time we've seen Lady Gaga do these videos and these commercial shoots covered in black goo. And again, this is everything to do with the transformation. They are transforming what it is to be a human being. They are manipulating your genetic code. I can't make that clear enough, okay? For anyone out there that doesn't understand, just think of it from the perception of we all have our own DNA, right? When you watch those crime shows, you hear about how they solved a cold case because they found the DNA and they were able to look at the DNA and it all went back to one specific individual because he had his own unique DNA. That's what God gave all of us. We're all unique, and God gave us all our own unique genetic code. They are manipulating your genetic code, which is why they've wanted to get inside of your body. They're mixing iron and clay. They're putting nanotechnology, which is of the fallen angels, literally inside of people and transforming their genetic code. And they don't hide this. This isn't a conspiracy. They just tell you that science tells us that it's called gene editing. So people hear that, they're like, oh, gene editing. They're editing genes. Well, what do you think that means? They're editing you. They're editing your genes specifically, and they're mixing in graphene oxide, which is what's really symbolic of the black goo, this graphene oxide, this nanotechnology inside of human beings, thus transforming what it is to be a human. Here, if you haven't seen, is just a compilation of clips where you'll see a pattern of the black goo. I use these clips all the time. I'm breaking them up more and more for people to see all these clips of black goo through movies, through music videos. There's a common theme here. Venom, Eminem, Billie Eilish. They didn't just artistically come up with this idea that they wanted to use black goo. It doesn't represent oil, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't represent oil when Greta Thunberg is covered in it. It represents black goo and the coming transformation, which is already underway.
The transformation is coming.
The world will see who I am.
I follow you into the darkness.
Numbers are growing.
We await the greatness that beckons.
There is gold at the end of this journey.
How do you drown out the noise?
only new beginnings.
The transformation is coming.
That's some kind of a parasite. Black tulip from here. They're infecting the flies with it. What was that? What? You can't hear it. I don't hear anything. Perhaps it's not at a frequency you can hear.
We've already lost so much of the island to that chrome.
That's not surprising given the sample's behavior. I've never seen such accelerated psychokinesis. Whoa! I'm starting to think this may be a problem.
Get out of here! That's an order!
Can't commit to anything but a crime. Leaders on vacation and invite them. Hills burn in California. Quiet and I'm coming home and I'm on my own. Let me let you go.
I'm afraid you won't survive.
Some cells inside me will fight and defend their integrity till the very end.
It's moving.
I am Venom. You did not find us. We found you. Think of yourself as my bride.
You gonna eat anybody else?
Most likely. Is why we are here. Cooperate, and you might just survive.
And don't make me have to give it back to academics. You had it when you thought you had me, slipping at the telly. Even when he ain't spitting like this on his last shit. Oh, you better go back and live. Binge is the best medicine. Increase the dose from least to most and then tell the great. What? Piss and moan, but I'm not gonna fall.
So when you see all these things put together, you should say to yourself, okay, my brain is telling me that there's a pattern here, right? This is what I try to do on this channel, show you the patterns. I don't expect people to remember a specific music video from Eminem from 5 years ago, or from Billie Eilish, or Stranger Things using black goo, right? You don't expect the brain to remember that because it doesn't. But when it sees it all put together like that, then the brain goes, all right, there's something to this. Just like all of the collages of the celebrities holding up a hand over their eye, right? You might just see a celebrity on a magazine cover holding up the hand, but you might not think anything of it. But then when you see them all doing it, you say, there's something to this. Why are they all doing that? That's strange. Well, when you see celebrities covering themselves in black goo, and it has nothing to do with oil, even though, I mean, some of them will probably tell you if you ask them it has to do with oil so that they can get away with it because they don't expect you to notice it. So that's probably a fall for people like Greta Thunberg to pretend that it's oil that they're getting covered in. But you see the pattern. Your brain now sees it. It says, okay, there's something to this. So what does it mean? It means the transformation. It means the transformation is underway. And it likely means for Megan Fox, the symbolism of that child that is in Megan Fox's demonic womb is likely that that child has already been chemically altered, that its genetic code has already been mixed. Maybe she did IVF or something, and instead of mixing an IVF with Machine Gun Kelly's, his sperm, they probably mixed it in with the Nephilim sperm or something else. And Megan Fox, on top of all that, if you don't already know, and I've covered this in the past too, I have to be careful how you even mention it because they love to get you for even just bringing attention to it. But Megan Fox, of course, raising 3 children. How is Megan Fox raising 3 children? Well, raising them all as the opposite genders, of course, because that's normal, right? So who do you think pushes this on humanity, this Baphomet agenda? All these celebrities like Pink and Megan Fox and Justin Timberlake, right? Their kids end up identifying as the other gender, right? They make it seem like it's this normal thing. They try to influence you into raising your children the same exact way. This is the Baphomet agenda. Megan Fox has revealed not only somebody who worships Lucifer, someone who's admitted to being a witch, showing itself in black goo, telling you that she performs or he performs literally, bloodletting rituals where she drinks Machine Gun Kelly's blood. She's threatened people before saying that she was going to eat their carcass. She's been in movies where she's literally been spewing out black goo, demonically possessed, while covering herself in black goo to announce that she's having a baby. We just see her in an AI film, which is really about the transformation that's currently going on. I mean, I could go on and on and on. There's clearly a pattern here, and the pattern is this. These things are not of this earth. These things are genetically altered demonic entities walking around in what looks like human beings' bodies. But I'm not even convinced anymore that any of these things are actually human beings' flesh anymore. That these things are already transhuman. So in the last couple of weeks, let's just recap for the people who watch my videos every day. What have we seen in the last couple of weeks? We've seen Kim Kardashian, one of the most famous people somehow, nobody knows how, in America, revealing itself as a reptilian standing in black goo, right? Using Halloween, of course, to get away with this. What else have we seen? We've seen Lady Vomit Bag, after embarrassing itself in the Joker movie, going back to what it does best, which is spell casting through music. And what is the song called? It's called disease, right? And what's the disease that's coming out of the body? It's the black goo. And what does the black goo do? And due to Lady Gaga in the video, it transforms Lady Gaga. She suddenly becomes demonically possessed. The black goo is everywhere, and it's going to continue to be everywhere. And people out there don't even realize that they're transforming right in front of our eyes as well, because they're partaking and putting things inside their body that they shouldn't be putting inside of their body. I thank everybody for being here. I hope you're all doing well. God bless all of you as always and your families.